I want you to watch Psaki again try to spin this supply crisis. Folks, we're not there yet, thank God. And believe me, I'm not using his name in vain. But what's going to happen if food shelves start drying up? You wanted socialism. Oh, you're going to get it. You want bread lines? See how well that works out for you. But here's Psaki here in this clip, who's just finally figuring out, whether she knows it or not, that wealth is created through production, not through demand. As she acknowledges, hey, we gave people a lot of money to spend, but yeah, there's nothing to spend money on. She doesn't even realize she's defending liberty-based economics right here because she's too dopey to figure it out. Check this out.
The president is satisfied that progress continues to be made. And one of the reasons that there has been so much traffic in a lot of these ports is because there are more goods that are being ordered by people across the country. People have more money, expendable resources. Their wages are up. More people are working than they were a year ago. And port to port, it's different. But statistically, some of these ports have 20%, 30% increased volume as a result of that.
Talk about backing into, literally, oh my gosh, wow. The conservatives are right. Production and services do matter. Folks, you can print all the, you know what? Let me give you, liberals are listening. So let me do this slowly. Joe, remember the private island analogy we used to use a lot talking about economics? Because but we used to use it all the time. It's funny. I remember that time we were in South Carolina. Remember that for that CRTV convention, whatever it was? And we used I don't know why that's coming to, gosh, memories, man. We've been on the air so long. So the private, right? That was fun. The private island analogy. So think about this. If you lived on a private island and had suitcases full of cash, this private island, you had $2 million in cash. Would you rather the $2 million in cash on the private island? Or would you rather $2 million worth of goods, medicine, movies, TVs, electricity production equipment, generators? What would you rather? Well, folks, the answer is obvious. You'd rather have the goods. Now, the fact that you have the ability to get the goods because the government decided to print more money is irrelevant if there's no goods. That's why we have a supply curve and a demand curve. And you look for where those curves intersect for that market clearing price. This is econ, not even 101. This is econ like Charlie Brown's Encyclopedia Econ. She's acknowledging right here that the supply side of economics, not supply side economics. I'd argue that that's all nonsense. That's a leftist talking point. But the supply side of economics, I've explained that in prior shows. It's not a knock on Reagan, by the way. Please don't take it that way. It's just a long story I can't tell now. So the supply side of economics, ladies and gentlemen, is not all that matters, but it is critical. It doesn't matter about the demand side. If you have no supply, you can demand whatever you want. If it's not being produced, it doesn't matter. So when you get in the way of production by paying people not to work, to not produce, you pay people to sit home. You have a portfolio of government benefits that create effective tax rates that are confiscatory if people go to work because they have welfare benefits. If they go to work, they lose this and they won't even make as much as working. They won't work and they won't produce stuff. And folks, part of the production side on the supply side of supply, demand, market clearing rate, right? There's an X there. Is services. It doesn't matter if you produce widgets. If the widgets, let's say the widget's a medicine. If you produce a medicine, right? Great. You've got it all in a warehouse. You don't have warehouse employees to unload it. You don't have truckers to truck it. And you don't have doctors showing up, providing all of these services to distribute the medicine. It doesn't matter if what you have on the demand side. You have no supply of goods and services. We have to explain this to the White House press secretary. She knows what she's talking about, folks. She's just playing dumb. We printed a bunch of money and nobody has anything to buy. What happened?